Oh yeah, so I sent you this clip, which is finally free, the last track on Scenes from a Memory, Metropolis Part 2, and it's known for being this. It's sort of a drum solo, but it's like a well-used drum solo. It's like the outro of the song, and in it, Portnoy starts playing a lot of fills, and it's, if you were like a drum nerd and a Dream Theater nerd, you would know it as like a significant. Again, it's not exactly a drum solo, but it's sort of functionally and musically kind of is one, because everything else kind of keeps repeating the same part, and he kind of just starts to gradually go off more and more and more.
Drum showcase, maybe.
Exactly. And I think it's a pretty good one for his style of drumming.
Oh, very much.
And this video, which I will try to include in the show notes, is Mangini playing that section and then Portnoy playing that section. Now, to be fair, Portnoy's playing it on the Scenes from Memory DVD, and Mangini's playing it very recently. But like, I wouldn't expect Mangini to play that part exactly the way Portnoy does, but he did claim in the early days that he was going to like really be true to Portnoy's parts or some crap like that. This was very not true to what Portnoy was doing, and
it was maybe a tenth of what Portnoy was doing.
While some of it was very technical, it was very like untasteful. Like there were parts in there that were like polyrhythms that were like so far out that you were like, what are you doing? This is not helpful. This is like killing the groove. Whereas Portnoy was like, as far as out as he would go, it kind of like, it works. It ebbed and flowed. It drove it.
Right. Again, you're still playing a part of a song. And it's not a solo. You can't just dick around off into nowhere. It's the outro,
like, to the album. It's the coda. It's sort of like, and it worked like that. It kind of drove that repeated part towards the end of the song.
Yeah, it hits the themes, which that's the thing. That's
exactly
the whole thing.
And Mangini's was bad. And
he was
like,
bad.
oh, I'm fucking around fast shit. But like, you were like, but it's so bad, and it's so doesn't fit. And again, like, there's parts that are really syncopated when Mike plays it, and some polyrhythms and stuff. But Mangini's polyrhythms were like, take it so far out that, like, yes, technically I am still on the beat, but it is awful, and you don't want to hear it.
It also had absolutely no groove.
Exactly. That's the key. It
not
really,
even a little bit.
Killed the groove.
It had no feeling. In a live recording where you're doing a lot and the band is playing and you should presumably be playing with them, it has no feeling. You're the drummer. You have to have feeling, or guess what? Your music is bad and you should feel bad. It's the show. You're the show. Don't be the show. I have to.
So exactly. And it really highlights Mike's part in the original, because he does manage to, get crazy, get syncopated, but still keep that. In fact, again, it adds to the groove. It kind of drives it forward because it kind of keeps coming back. It's like goes in and out. And because like, here's the crazy thing about this is, like, I guess I haven't even thought about them with Mangini in a while, other than the last album and that stupid Elon Musk song that won a Grammy for some reason, which I assume means they paid somebody off. Like, I didn't have anything bad to say about him other than that Images and Words show, which I didn't completely attribute to him. Although now I wonder if that might be why they would play to a click and have to play it at like album tempo. But yeah, this is starting to really highlight some of the issues, and I'm kind of like, okay, good. Let's get Mike back here and see what happens. Can't hurt. Maybe you get one good one out of it.
Hurt. That's exactly the thing. Let's give it a try. See what we get.
And sometimes, you get lucky. You get one more good one before they're done. And
I'll take a good one.
It wouldn't be bad. I wouldn't mind it.
They're getting older. It's fine. Whatever. I don't know what these guys are gonna do if they aren't Dream Theater. I don't think these guys are gonna really like go off and do significant solos that are gonna make any money.
Does solo stuff. Rudess does solo stuff.
But is it making money?
Certainly less money.
For these career projects?
Money, but a little bit. Well, that was the thing back in the day before Dream Theater hit their like financial stride, which was about the same time that they got creatively uninteresting. They would do side projects. sort of like significant prog band would do all these side projects together, and the story was that they made just enough money, a little bit here, a little bit there, that it all added up to not having to get a job. And although not for all of them, some of them had jobs, and there was the things like, oh, can you believe it? This band you like still has a job. And so, no, I don't think they would do as well just doing the side projects.
Well, I don't see these guys showing up as studio guys. They're not going to make Toto money in the studio, putting in the work.
There's not the same kind of demand for that. I mean, honestly, I think with Portnoy coming back in, they'll probably do well enough to like eke out a few more albums, and then they'll get old anyway, and then they'll probably just like, I mean, I can't imagine they don't have money unless they've just been frivolous,
pissing it away,
like because they were doing well for a while for sure.
And they lost it all in the whiskey.
They probably lost it all in the Astonishing, and trying to do like a whole tour that was just the Astonishing, and then they probably didn't recover from that, and then add COVID, and I don't know.
Well, I guess as long as they don't put out a disco metal record, which
exactly
leads into the other topic we wanted to get into.
We can transition to it, but just it is gonna be like a separate episode. But that's fine. I'll leave that at the end.
Okay. Maybe we should leave that for the other episode. That's fine.
I'll put that at the end of the Dream Theater episode, and then it'll be like a tease. Check out the next episode where we talk about disco metal.
There you go. That checks out.